Hello everyone, very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of JForex Indicator Explained, we will be looking at the concept, the uses, the properties of a interesting candlestick formation. The name of the pattern is Marubozu, which is a Japanese term used for this particular candle formation in which there is no shadow on the lower side as well as on the upper side. The opening price, if it is a bullish candlestick, then the opening price coincides with the low price of the day or nearly the low. It is not always going to be exactly the low, but it is going to be pretty close to the low. And then the closing price is closer to the highest point of the day. And if it is a bearish candle, then the opening price is going to be nearer the high price point of the day, and the close is going to be nearer the low price point of the day. So there is a formation in which we have a strong move, a one-sided move, and that was sustained throughout the candle period, so there is not much of a shadow on either side. Let me remove this yesterday's pattern recognition. Now to add this, all we have to do is type in Marubozu, and here it comes. All right, now let's see when it has formed recently. So here is one instance. Let us look for other. All right, we are getting a couple of examples and more. So in all these candles, you can notice that the shadow is almost negligible compared to the candlestick body. The shadow is not much. In this case, there is no apparent shadow on both sides, or whenever there is shadow, it is almost negligible. Okay, so let's consider these couple of examples. Now coming to this bearish Marubozu candle formation. As I said, the opening price of this particular candle is closer to the high point for that particular candle period, and its low price point is going to coincide with this closing price. And what it means is that in that particular candle period, there was no opposing price move coming into play, and as the price continued to decline, only sellers were having the upper hand. There was not any buying momentum which could have stopped this price move or which could have pushed it higher from the lowest point. So this is a formation which is largely used as the continuation pattern. If we see that this Marubozu candle is forming, is taking shape during a downtrend, and this particular candle is also having the bearish signal, so this is used as a reinforcing factor. This can be used to reinforce the earlier pattern, and what we can do is we can keep some buffer on the upper side of the candle's high and go to initiate the new short sale trade. So if you were to initiate the new short sale trade after this Marubozu candle formation, it continued to decline substantially for next couple of hours. And if we go back to the bullish example, if we consider this Marubozu candle here, in this case we are seeing this continuation pattern with this rise starting earlier, then it continues for next couple of hours, and then we see this Marubozu candle with this high point coinciding with a close price point. So this is suggesting that there was not much of an selling pressure, and this momentum is likely to sustain. So in next couple of hours also there is no evident selling pressure, but the price drops closer to this immediate swing low, and from there on the reversal happens. Now there is one interesting formation which has to be kept in mind, that in these instances for both this candle, the length of the real body is not as good as what kind of volatility which we have seen in the prior period. So if we simply consider this volatility and average volatility prevalent over last couple of hours, in this case the body of the candle is lower or shorter compared to the average volatility seen. So that is also one factor to be kept in mind, that whenever we see this Marubozu candle formation shaping up on the chart, its real body needs to be greater than the average volatility prevalent over last couple of hours or couple of candle periods. So that gives us the sense that this particular candle is seeing increased momentum in the same direction, and there is not much of an opposing pressure from the opposite side, so that price momentum is likely to be sustained and it is going to have higher chances of continuing at least for next couple of candle periods, and in that case we can expect to profit it. Hello Dennis, how are you? I hope you are getting the concept and the possible uses of this Marubozu candle. Now, as I talked about this Marubozu candle formation, let us also consider a couple of more examples. In this case, the length of this candle is quite higher. It is larger compared to the average volatility which has prevailed over last couple of candles prior to this candle formation. Same thing applies here. So we will have to consider this length of the candle and compare it with the prevailing volatility and make sure that the candle length is higher compared to the average volatility. So that gives us further concrete proof of the price momentum being strong, sustained, and also in line with the existing trend. In this case also, if you notice, this price formation gave us an opportunity to buy, but nothing really happened, and for next multiple hours there was this price move going sideways, but it didn't really dip much below this immediate swing low of this particular Marubozu candle, and then again it go on to rise, but then we got this fresh Marubozu candle formation with this not getting us much money. In this case it only continued to decline for next 2 to 3 hours, and then the formation reversed with the price direction changing and starting to rise again. So this instance also makes us aware that this formation, just as the case with any other formation, is not going to be perfect, and we are also going to need to have the optimization strategies in place so as to make sure that if we happen to get the trade right, then we should be making much more money, and if we happen to get it wrong, if our formation is not bringing us money, then in that case we should not be losing too much money. So that is the whole crux of this formation, to make it more profitable so as to have the optimization in place even after having the higher probability of getting the trade right. Now let us see what we can do in terms of the editing, the customization. There is nothing to be done in terms of the input. There is a single candlestick formation. So all it can take into consideration is the price moves happening over that particular candle, and as I said, the requirement is simple. The shadow on the lower side as well as on the higher side of the candle should be negligible, with these opening and the closing prices coinciding with the highest and the lowest price point for this bullish move, and vice versa for a bearish move. And for output we can go for different color combinations. So if you want to make it brighter, you can do that. You get these two options of having this bracket in place, or you can shade the whole candle body in the choice of your color. So that is also an option. I would prefer to keep it as a bracket. Then if you want to have this pattern recognition look prominent on the chart, go for a higher opaqueness. But if you want to lower its prominence, then you can go for a higher transparency value. So if you make it highly transparent, then the prominence is going to drop. But if you make it less transparent, then it becomes prominent. Advanced editing options. Recalculate on new candle only. Since there is a single candle formation, this is not really going to make much of an impact. Highlight the time period zone. Same concept applies as the single candle formation. This is under highlighting anyways by this pattern recognition bracket. The calculate from custom data, this option has been disabled as we can't customize its calculation. Show indicator on all periods. Now this particular option opens up the possibility of having different indicators in the use on different time frames, while at the same time making chart look clean, as the chart is not going to get too cluttered even if we have multiple indicators and those indicators are separately available on different time frames, but not at the same time. So the chart remains clean, uncluttered, and we can have multiple price points, multiple indicators giving us the outlook provided for that formation, for that moment, for that momentum, so as to make sure that we have the best advice generated by the use of these indicators in place, and then we can take the trade in a confident manner. So that is the whole purpose and utility of these options provided on the platform. So here, for example, if I opt in for only 10 minutes and hourly as the candle period of choice for this particular formation, then if I shift to half an hourly, the chart won't have any Marubozu candle recognized. Same applies for other candle period apart from 10 minutes and hourly. But if I again shift to 10 minutes, I will have these Marubozu candles recognized on the chart. Okay. So that is the customization option provided on the chart. So I would suggest that you try it out and see how this formation works out for you. If it is going to give you the trading style which is in line with your own trading style, and if this formation helps you optimize your own setup and enhances it, then nothing better. So try it out, see how it works, and also you can write to me in the feedback both about the candle formation and the platform, and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. So that's all from my side for today's session. For further coverage of the market developments, do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there too. For trying out the newly released trading platform, the link has been included in the bio, so give it a try. And Dennis, in today's session, we consider the Marubozu candle formation, but for next session, I will be introducing you a new candle formation. In these sessions, we cover one candle formation at a time, and since in the current series, we are looking at different pattern recognition, so it is going to continue for next couple of sessions at least. So for tomorrow's session, we will be dealing with a new candle formation, and if you want to have access for different candle patterns which have been covered, please refer to the playlist. In earlier sessions I have dealt with different candle formation, so there you can refer and see how you can utilize the data and uses of these patterns, different patterns which I have already covered. So I hope it helps you in your trading. Now I'm signing off for the day. Thank you all. Goodbye.